Hello everyone. So here we are today with Real Racing 3, the latest in a long line of racing games from Electronic Arts. This is the first one to be free to play with in-app purchases. It's a stunning game. There's no two ways about it. This is one of the most beautiful and playable racing games I think I've ever had the pleasure to play. Unfortunately, Electronic Arts have made some real blunders here with the business model. To the point, I'm afraid, that if this is the way Electronic Arts are going to be handling all of their mobile games from now on, gamers are in big trouble, basically. They've taken one of the most beautiful, incredible games I have ever played and ruined it by making you have to spend in-app purchases to upgrade your car, or you have to sit there and wait. So the idea is, your car takes damage, it needs servicing, you want to upgrade it, etc. All of these things take time, fair enough. Now, you can either sit there and wait, not playing the game Real Racing 3, whilst these upgrades or repairs take place, or you can use in-game currency, which you'll obviously have to fork over real cash for, to skip the wait time. And you kind of think to yourself, hang on, this is meant to be a game. I don't remember any previous games saying, oh, I'm sorry, before you can play this level, you'll have to sit here and wait 5 minutes while we upgrade your car. It just seems a little bit bonkers. And certainly, I suppose I get the idea of real racing. Yeah, it takes time to upgrade these things. But, you know, I'm pretty sure that handing over a couple of magic coins in a garage doesn't suddenly make your engine get upgraded in 3 seconds flat. So, you know, suspend one's disbelief a little bit. It's meant to be a game. Like I say, the graphics are absolutely stunning. This is just one of the most beautiful racing games you will ever play. At times, the frame rate is hitting a gorgeous 60 frames a second, and you can really feel it. Graphics-wise, gameplay-wise, on the Galaxy Note 2, it's a beauty. It really is. It's a fantastically well-made game. But the in-app purchases just leave a horrible taste in my mouth. I wouldn't have minded if EA had said, okay guys, it's free to play, but we're going to put an unlock code in. So if you are willing to pay us a £5 or a £10, or heck, given the quality of this game, I'd fork over 20 quid right now. If they could get rid of these in-app purchases, you know? Electronic Arts, please. You always say you have respect for the gamers. Well, we don't want in-app purchases exclusively. We want the choice. So if you're going to release a game with just in-app purchases in, or if you're going to really push down that way, please give us another option. Give us a way that we can fork over a chunk of cash up front and get rid of the in-app purchases and just play the game, you know? At the end of the day, we know that gamers don't want to fork over large amounts of cash to begin with, but some gamers do. We know that some gamers want in-app purchases, some gamers don't. At the moment, what games developers are doing, and this isn't just Electronic Arts, it's all of the developers at the moment, they're removing choice from us. They might say they're giving us flexibility, but what they're actually doing is removing choice. A choice to own this game outright, effectively, and play it free from any restrictions of having to fork over additional in-game cash, etc., or pay for money. So, just to let's come in on this interface so you can have a look at how things work. Up here we have our R cash. Now this is basically currency you earn from every single race. Then next to it we have our in-game, our pay-for money currency, which is marked with a little 20. Effectively, for buying upgrades to your car, for buying new cars and repairing your vehicle, you use the earned cash, the in-game cash. If you want to skip any of the tedious waits, you have to use this pay for money. And you can go into the store and you can actually buy the in-game cash if you want to. Surprise, surprise. So 140,000 of in-game cash, which by the way won't quite allow you to buy one of the highest performance cars. I think the highest performance cars I've seen start around 300,000. There's probably even more expensive ones in there. And you're looking at $2.99 for that, around $5. You can also buy gold, and this is the stuff you use for skipping these wait times. And you see a 10 gold will cost you $1.49. Well, here's an interesting thing. One of the upgrades I did last night said it would require 3 gold to skip. So that means that for me to skip and not have to wait 5 minutes will cost me around about, what, 35, 40p, something like that? Do we consider that to be good value versus, say, an arcade machine? If I was to go and walk up and put £1 in an arcade machine, am I getting better value for money? Maybe I am. Maybe that is better value for money from an arcade machine. But it does still leave a little bit of a stick in the throat, especially as, from what I can tell, the higher powered the upgrade that you want to put in, so the higher the level of the upgrade, up to level 5 for an engine, it takes even longer and so will require even more gold coins. And as you can see here, they are not shy about selling you very large numbers of coins. 1,000 coins for £70. I could buy an Xbox for that, and probably a copy of Forza 4. It's absolutely bonkers, and I just can't help but think that Electronic Arts are going to end up with a really bad PR day when parents start finding that their kids have run up huge bills on their mobile phones for thousands of coins. And also, if you want to, there are car packs and booster packs and so on that can allow you to get into the higher end races more quickly rather than having to do all the unlocks. So all class packs covered, 3 cars, 6 Dodges, that will cost you $6.99. A booster pack will cost you 65. Oh, it gives you 65 gold as well and costs you $6.99. Twice the value, 30 gold, 1 car, 2 series unlocked. And basically these are just like cheats. They're cheat codes, realistically. They're allowing you to get further in the game than you would normally by having to, play through it like you would. And obviously giving you a leg up. Again, is this really gaming or is this paid for cheats? I just feel that after loving Real Racing 2 so much and finding it to be just a brilliant game and worth every penny I paid for it, which was about £6 I think when it first came out, I just find this a bit of a letdown really. A beautiful, brilliant game with over 900 levels, hundreds of cars it feels like, upgrades, challenges, gameplay, it's all here, yet it's jammed behind wait times and demands that I hand over real money if I want to be able to play the game when I want to play the game. And it just makes me feel sad really. And I really hope that Electronic Arts learn from this one, because I'm not the only reviewer finding this to be unpalatable. A lot of the major games reviewers are saying the same thing, that a great game has really been spoiled by in-app purchases and no option to get rid if you want to. Electronic Arts, please, you've got a great game here. Go back to the drawing board for Real Racing 4, give us some choice. And also guys, if you agree with me, if you agree that you want developers to give you choice to have in-app purchases, which are fine for some people, and a outright buy option for others, let me know in the comments. I am more than willing to start an international campaign to raise awareness of this issue with small developers, big developers, and publishers, anyone who will listen to us. If you want choice on your mobile phone, if you want to decide how you want to play your game, and more importantly, how much money you want to fork over up front for it, let us know. Maybe we can start a campaign to say, okay guys, some gamers will pay a £5, some will pay 10, some will pay 20, and see if we can give some information to games developers about what kind of game would qualify for those kind of levels. Personally, I think there are titles out there that are worth a £20 drop. This may very well be one of them, given the huge amount of content that's available here and the quality. Sadly though, it's just wrapped up in a rather poor IAP purchase.